Welcome, everyone. Please stand for the pledge and remain standing for the prayer.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord, we gather together to make decisions for our community today. May we use only our best skills and judgment, keeping ourselves impartial and neutral as we consider the merits and pitfalls of each matter that is placed before us, and always act in accordance with what is best for our community and our fellow citizens. We ask for this in your name. Amen. I'd like to call this meeting to order Tuesday, April 16th at 6:30 p.m. Can I have roll call, please? If you just turn yours down a little bit.
Alderman Braun.
Here.
Alderman Berube.
Here.
Alderman Pecoraro.
Here.
Alderman Tylak.
Here.
President Zilka.
Here.
Also present, Mayor Arthur Pappas, City Attorney Luke Brown.
At this time, we'd like to present a proclamation.
Come on up, young man. Come on up. Come on up.
I'm not getting any younger.
No. You're younger than me, you'll always be young.
I gotta hang out with you more.
You don't wanna do that.
Thank you, Mayor Pappas. Eric, second one, Mark. Awesome job. Donna Brown, thank you so much.
This is a City of North Tonawanda Executive Chamber proclamation. Whereas Mark Swozier is a longtime resident of North Tonawanda and a former student of Mayor Art Pappas. Whereas Mark is always seen brightening up faces at the farmer's market while he plays the accordion. Whereas Mark always calls into his favorite polka show on WBBZ and requests songs under the moniker Musical Mark. Whereas Mark rescued his dog Nate and always treats him kindly. Whereas Mark puts smiles on faces during the Christmas holidays by playing his accordion and singing Christmas tunes, and is always positive about his life and outlook. Whereas Mark is always watching out for his fellow man and can be seen ringing the bell at the North Tonawanda Tops, raising much needed funds for the Salvation Army. Whereas Mark is friendly and enthusiastic proponent of North Tonawanda while spreading his music and goodwill throughout the city daily. And whereas Mark promotes North Tonawanda to whomever he sees at the city market, downtown, and city events.
Whereas, therefore be it resolved, the North Tonawanda Common Council gives Mark Swozier the title of North Tonawanda's Goodwill Ambassador. In witness hereof, I have set my hand and caused to be affixed the seal of our city on this 16th day of April in the year 2019.
Austin and Donna Brown. Well done. Thank you all so much, the council.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thanks, Mayor. Good job, Marty.
Oh, wait, now Mark has the floor. Mark, you have the floor. Absolutely.
Yep,
Absolutely.
come on up.
The floor is yours.
Feel free to say what you want there, Mark.
I almost forgot about it, but I can't forget about it.
I left my speech at home, but I know everything in my mind, what I want to say. today is Tuesday, April 16th. And to be honored with the city of North Tonawanda council, members, officials, city police, firemen, all over the city of North Tonawanda. I just want to say thank you all for your kind and generous honor with myself. I am very proud. I am very honored. I am very thrilled. I am very excited. And I am so blessed for this great country of ours and the city of North Tonawanda. I want to thank, on my right to the left, I know your name. Robert Peckerell, give him a hand, everyone. Austin Tallick. Luke Brown, City Attorney. Matt Parrish, City Treasurer. I think I got it right. President of the North Tonawanda City Council, Eric Zadeka. Of course, Mayor Arthur Pappas. I gotta deal with you. Oh. How about that, man? Dana Brown, everybody! Second ward. And then we go to Mark Berube, first ward alderman. Give him a hand. This is such a great honor in my lifetime. And I'm so, I never expected this in my city of living in North Tonawanda. This is such a great thing. If it's okay, can I play a little thing on my harmonica? I did play my accordion, but I did play my harmonica.
Absolutely.
Mark, you go right ahead.
It's called God Bless America. If you want to sing a little bit, it's not going to be long, like an hour or two. Just a little version of God Bless America. So when I start playing my harmonica, if whoever wants to join in, join in. I think it'd be kind of cool, a little touch with the city of North Tonawanda. If I can get it out. I got it. Actually, my barber, Charlie Kaczarskina, he moved to Pendleton. He was my barber, and he just did my haircut. So I hope everybody likes it.
It's perfect, Mark.
Thank you, Eric. I just don't play accordion, I play other instruments too. God bless America, God of our land, stand beside her and guide her for the glory to the above. God bless America, our home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. You know, everybody goes through a lot of things with not just my family. Everyone's got a family, right? I want to say to, as a supporter of my family, to my brother Stan Swoger and his wife Lori sitting here, give them a hand for coming out. It means a lot. Family means a lot in our lives. And it was nice that they came to pick me up in style, you know. And I could have walked here, and they took me under their wings, like, we can pick you up. I said, okay, you know. But on the other hand, with other things, the city of North Tonawanda, it's not because of my music playing. It's part of it. It's what's in the heart of your soul, of every person that's in this honor ceremony with myself and beyond. It is who you are. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor or anything different. It matters because life matters. I just want to say thank you all that attended today. Thank you, Council, City of North Tonawanda. You may be very proud today. And God bless America, everybody. I can sing, but I can sing, but I don't want to quit my day job. So if anybody want to come up and say anything with me, you got 4 minutes. Thank you all for coming tonight.
Thank you.
God bless.
Thank you, Mark. I just wanted to say, to follow that was a great speech there, Mark. You can see why he personifies what's good in North Tonawanda. He promotes North Tonawanda to everyone he talks to. I see it, we all see it, whether you see him at the city market, and that's why it's very fitting that you're the ambassador of NT. So I think with that title, it's something that you're going to treasure, and you always have a smile on your face, and I think that's what's your attitude and your mindset, Mark, are very well personified, and it is a great representation of our city. So thank you. With that being said, Mayor, did you have any comments you want to make?
Well, just when I hear Mark, I think back when he was sitting in my 6th grade class, and he had that same smile on his face and the same goodwill attitude around his classmates. Always was very friendly, very polite. Once in a while, I had to remind him to get his work done, but he turned it in. He did it. I don't remember him ever having a problem with classmates. He got along so well with everyone, and he hasn't changed. I was a little surprised in recent years to find out he played the accordion. I didn't know that when he was about 12 years old at the time, I guess. You had never said anything. You never used to say too much. You smile a lot. And but then I thought when I saw him at the city market playing the accordion and everything, then to think when I used to play the accordion, I never was as good as him. And I took lessons and I wasn't as good as him. And he told me he didn't take lessons. Is that true, Mark?
Yeah.
You didn't take lessons?
Never took a lesson.
I know that. Yeah, that made me feel even worse. I took lessons and I still couldn't use the squeeze box like it should be. But he certainly is a good person to represent our city, and he does it very, very well. And, you know, people walk by, and they always walk by, and they leave with the same smile that he gave to them. And that's pretty nice, because nowadays you see so many people that don't look very happy for one reason or the other. But Mark always did and still does. And I remember his brother too, from out in the school days. So it's just being in part of the city government now and seeing someone like Mark represent our city as the Goodwill Ambassador, that's your new title, that makes all of us proud. So thank you.
If anyone has any comments about any agenda items, now's the time to step forward, state your name and address for the record. Anything on tonight's agenda, please step forward. Seeing that there's none, we'll go ahead and roll the minutes of the meeting.
Okay, on to approval of the minutes of the regular session on April 2nd, 2019.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Approval of the minutes of the special session on April 9th, 2019.
So moved.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried.
On to proof of publication, published 3/27/2019. Number one, legal notice of live public auction for 2 city-owned vacant lots from the city clerk treasurer.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried.
Moving on to communications from city officials from the office of the clerk treasurer regarding approval of the city-owned vacant lot auction sales.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Can I have roll call on this item, please?
Alderman Braun.
Aye.
Alderman Berube.
Aye.
Alderman Pecoraro.
Aye.
Alderman Tylek.
Aye.
President Zazilka.
Aye. Motion carried.
From the office of the city accountant regarding payment of the abstract of claims dated April 16, 2019.
Make the motion, we pay the abstract.
I'll second that. We have a motion and a second. Can I have a roll call on this item, please?
Alderman Braun.
Aye.
Alderman Berube.
Aye.
Alderman Pecoraro.
Aye.
Alderman Tylek.
Aye.
President Zazilka.
Aye. Motion is carried.
From Department of Youth, Recreation, and Parks regarding approval of the Community Partner Playground Agreement for Build It with Kaboom grant.
I'll make the motion and also like to thank Alex for heading up the, Kaboom committee and, getting this grant for us.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Can I have roll call, please?
Alderman Braun.
Aye.
Alderman Berube.
Aye.
Alderman Pecoraro.
Aye.
Alderman Tylek.
Aye.
President Zazilka.
Aye. Motion is carried.
Again, from the Department of Youth, Recreation, and Parks regarding permission for the YWCA of the Niagara Frontier to temporarily use vacant office space at the Norman Keller Building.
Yeah, I'm very much involved with YWCA and all that they do for women and domestic violence counseling and those advocacy services. And therefore, they need a place to hold that, and the Keller Building fits their needs well, so I'll make the motion that we accept that.
And I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried.
Moving on to monthly reports, numbers 1, 2, and 3 from Senior Citizen Center, Clerk Treasurer, and Police Department in that order.
I'll make a motion, we receive and file.
I'll second that. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion is carried.
On to communication from others. First off, with Columbia Hook and Ladder Company regarding permission to remove Warren Bouchard from the fire rolls.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried.
From St. Paul's United Church of Christ regarding permission to place a sign on city property for an upcoming event.
I'll make the motion that we accept the replacement of the sign on city property.
I'll second it. We have a motion and a second. All in favor for permission?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried.
From the Erie Canal Fishing Derby regarding permission to hang banners to promote the upcoming fishing derby.
I'll make the motion that we hang the banner.
We have yeah, second.
Motion made by Donna Braun and seconded by Austin Tylak.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried.
Now we have a late communication that was not on the original agenda. Do you want to make a motion?
Well, can we have Bill, do you want to speak on it?
It's just basically the sludge proposal for the waste hauling for the wastewater treatment plant. Every 3 years, we have to put that out. We can do a single year, or we can do a 3-year. We tend to go with the 3-year because it's a lower rate. They give you a better deal, but just going for the 3-year.
Okay. Sounds good.
Normal business.
Well, I'd like to make a motion to bring that to the floor because we haven't done that yet.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor to bring it to the floor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion on the floor. And we also have a motion to accept the award of bid for the waste hauling.
I'll make the motion, but subsequent to the city attorney's approval.
I'll second that. Can I have roll call on this, please?
Alderman Braun.
Aye.
Alderman Berube.
Aye.
Alderman Pecoraro.
Aye.
Alderman Tylak.
Aye.
President Zilka.
Aye. Motion is carried. At this point, we'd like to entertain any city business, any comments on any city business. Anybody wants to come forward, state your name and address. If you have any comments for the good of the city, please step forward and state your name and address for the record. Anyone at all? Seeing that there's none, we'll move forward with closing comments, starting with Alderman Austin Tylek.
Mark, I just wanted to say congratulations, and to Bob too, he really spearheaded this whole endeavor, so I think if you're gonna thank anyone, it should be Bob, so. And Alex in the back, always in the back, hiding from the public eye, but he really spearheaded this Kaboom playground, it's gonna be great. And we need a lot of volunteers. So I believe it's July 27th is sort of a build day. It's a quick build, but we need a lot of hands involved, over 100 really in the course of a few days. So anyone who's looking to get involved, doesn't matter, if you know anything about construction, just if you're willing to help. Alex is in the back over there cowering, of course, but he would be happy to have you get involved. So, and I think that's it. So thank you for coming.
Thanks, Al.
Alex, we're getting you involved, Mark.
Alderman Bob Pecoraro.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to say thanks to Mark for his friendship and just putting smiles on people's faces all the time, always and everywhere, even in Buffalo.
Riverworks.
No, it's the Sabres game. I don't want to talk about Riverworks.
Sabres game, and I got Heights and Parolees coming up on Sunday, June 2nd.
And I can't wait to see you perform at the Dingus Day at Don Post.
Oh, I can't wait either.
Awesome.
Even if I have to call in sick. I'm just joking.
But on a serious note, I have been on these slow rolls in Buffalo and other places, and they're always a great thing for the community to get involved with. But I was kind of flabbergasted that I had to read about North Tonawonda's commitment to the slow roll in the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a little taken aback, and I'd like to ask the attorney if any one councilman can commit city resources
To a bike ride.
to an event,
To a bike ride?
to an event in the city.
So the way I understood it
I asked the city
initially-
attorney for a comment.
So I would say this, one council member cannot commit to allocated resources, but I don't see why a council member couldn't set up such an event.
Right.
And then get approval for any allocation of resources. So,
Right.
so when I was asked about it originally, my understanding was that there wasn't gonna be any city resources allocated. Then you asked me about it last week, and there was a question whether there was gonna be police time. And then I told, you and Alderman Tyler that if there were, then that was something that would have to be boiled down to an agreement between the city and the slow roll to make sure we knew how much it was gonna cost and how and who was gonna pay it back. So that's what needs, that's the only thing that would need to be approved basically, but that would have to have council approval, is that agreement on how much it's gonna be and who's gonna pay it back.
Luke, so the way, initially when we had discussed it, we did notify you that there was police upon recommendation from the chief, 2 of them, which would equate to about $350, which the city is not going to be paying for. That's gonna be coming out of outside sources to fund.
Right.
And the way the charter reads is that the department heads have control over sort of those entities.
Right.
So the chief would really be at the discretion.
Right, but
And-
it's an agreement between the city and a private entity to get paid back for those resources, so that has to be boiled down to an agreement.
So
I'm not saying you can't.
that agreement is more or less going through the clerk's office, if anything.
No, if you're talking about an agreement between the city, it's basically a contract between the city and the event. That, all contracts need to be approved by the council to be signed by the mayor,
Is-
essentially.
so-
So I'm not,
Has
you can-
every event had a contract between?
sure, and that's why when we have, Thursdays on the Water, the Country Music Fest,
But
any
those are
of those
taking
events.
up city property, this is something that happens on the streets.
Well, you're talking, the
It's
police are
property.
city resources as well, so what I'm saying, I'm not saying you can't set it up, all I'm saying is, if you're expending city resources, that's something that needs to be approved.
I have another
So
question,
that's-
so
That's basically,
when
that's all I'm
we
saying.
have, yeah, that's okay. So when we have like city runs and stuff like that,
They're
is there an agreement
Yes.
between, is there a similar agreement?
Yeah, they always run
sign
it,
that?
they always run it by, traffic, supervisor Karen Smith,
Mhm.
and then
She okays
she
the route.
okays the route, and if there's any, I think they usually use auxiliary police, so there's usually
And
not
auxiliary
involved, but
police.
she gives us the breakdown, basically.
Yes. So the chief basically did that.
Right, so all I'm saying in this case is if there are police resources that need to be paid back, that's something that needs to be agreed on, just in case it's not paid back by the slow roll. Then we say, well, here's the agreement, you need to pay this back.
So does it necessarily need council approval, or just the entity that would be using the police need to sign the agreement that they need to pay that amount back?
Yes, there needs to be an agreement between the council and the entity on what is being paid back, how much is being paid back. Or else there's no way for the city to enforce how they get paid back. It's like any other-
What I'm trying to get
So-
at, cause I have the floor.
Are you against the
No,
slow roll?
I love the slow roll. I told
Okay.
you in the,
It
my
seems
opening
like there's a
comments.
lot of hoops
No. This
It's
is,
one hoop,
this
it's
is-
one agreement on.
this,
I don't
the slow
understand.
roll, I think, is a great idea.
You're making
We
more
want to
difficult.
ensure to make it absolutely successful for the city of North Tonawanda. When Tonawanda did theirs last year, they had 2,000 bike riders associated with the slow roll. And we have to make sure that whatever we do in North Tonawanda is successful, because our name is on it, and we want it to be successful. So what I'd ask us all to do is sit down at the next work session, bring in the organizers, and let's talk about it, so that we can do the very best we can for the city of North Tonawanda.
So, Bob, of course, and we did do that last year, they're willing to come in again if they need be, but it would be the same exact discussion.
Can I have a question, and this pertains to the money, I guess, the money aspect, and which would come through my department, because I wasn't here last year for this discussion at all, but I am familiar with the slow rolls, and especially the one that was done in Tonawanda. I had a little bit of involvement in that, and I do remember that there were vendors, which I already asked you about, and food trucks also. Now, you said that there are none involved in this, and I wasn't on this last year, but if we were gonna do this, why would we not try to potentially make some money off of it and invite those vendors or whomever in? Because I know that with 2,000 people, they're gonna want to, do other things other than just hop on their bikes and ride, and I know this because was at the last one in Tonawanda, in which there were vendors and food. There were vendors as far as like bike vendors and bicycle part and accessory vendors. There was also food vendors and things like that. So my question is, I'm just wondering why we didn't, I guess, make it a bigger
Well,
event
it's,
even.
you know, it's a couple people, myself, just organized it. It's a bike ride. It's supposed to be a pretty lax event that's supposed to be community friendly. And if vendors want to show up and participate, that's on them, but that's not the intention.
But they can't just show up and participate.
Right,
That's
so
what I'm
if they,
saying.
if they reached out and they want to get involved, they can do that, but at this time, there are no vendors set up or anything like that. It's just a bike ride.
Okay.
I think it's a great idea to bring, 1,000 people to our city. Our city is thriving right now, but the only problem I have with it as a council person is that, I sponsor the Flicks in the Park. And, we needed auxiliary police to help us at Pinewoods Park, at Gratwood Hove. And I, out of respect as a council person, put in a letter of approval, making sure that everyone was aware of what we were doing. We've done it for that, we've done it for our, 4th of July parade. I just think that it would be something out of respect to the rest of the council that a letter be put in. And I respect that you set it up.
So
And
moving
as
forward
far
in
as the
the
money
future-
issue, that has to be worked out. But I don't have no problem with the bike roll. But I feel, we ran a simple thing in the park for kids, community friendly. But we brought it to the council, so they were aware of it and they had no problem with it.
And that's okay.
That's what I would ask you to do.
So Don, moving forward, if we do this next year and the organization is still willing to participate, then that's the process we'll go about it, and we'll make sure that the
Well, and that's
paperwork
what
is.
we've done in the past.
Right, I just
And
didn't
I
see
mean,
anything
kind of
documented in
advanced.
procedures that would call out for certain things like that, so that's, I guess, why maybe I.
Well, I think as a council person, you could have made up aware that you were still continuing those
Yeah.
talks with
It was
them.
a group effort, residents wanted to pursue it as well, and so, just
Okay.
moving forward,
We just
so,
wanna be informed on the route.
yeah,
Process there.
right, and it is the same route as last year, and the chief approved it, and, I'd be happy to
Can
send
we
an
get a
updated
copy of the
map.
route?
Mhm.
Thank you.
Bob, anything else?
No, that's it. I just thought that we need to have these discussions before we read about them in the newspaper.
Yeah.
So no surprises.
Very
Hmm.
good.
And I think the chief advised you to go ahead and talk to us too, didn't he?
He advises to talk to Lucan, which we did.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Excellent.
I have nothing further.
Okay, Alderwoman Donna Braun.
Well, I'd like to congratulate Mark once again on being our goodwill ambassador of the city. It's wonderful to see you out at the market down on Webster Street, helping out with events. It's a great thing. Congratulations.
Thank you all.
You're welcome. I'd like to thank Alex once more for heading up the Kaboom grant. It is gonna be a great event. We are gonna have to get the community involved in it, and it's a one-day event. We're all gonna be organized before that and get this done. Also would like to thank Alex for organizing the Easter egg hunt this past Saturday. As far as I know, it went out without a hitch, and I've never seen that many kids. That was crazy, but thank you for that. I just wanna remind everybody, 27th and 28th is a lot of, community cleanups throughout the city, and, we welcome anybody that wants to come out and, help. And one more thing, I have to, report, I said a month and a half ago, I will not be here at the workshop next Tuesday. I am officially taking a vacation that I haven't had in 5 years, so. Okay, so I won't be here. So don't discuss too much without me, okay? Thank you.
We'll slow roll to your vacation.
Yeah.
Alderman Mark Burley.
Nothing really, other than, again, I'd just like to thank Mark for all his time and efforts down at the market and on Webster Street and stuff.
You're
Great.
welcome, Mark.
Great ambassador.
Thank you, sir.
And, let's go to Art Pappas, Mayor Art Pappas.
No, we've congratulated Mark over and over, and I'm glad, now, Mark, about that accordion.
Is this the whole You know the story or?
No, this isn't a story. This is just something that I'm going to, hit you up with.
Okay,
You know,
can I go on up a podium?
I can do whatever you want. You're the goodwill ambassador, but the thing of it is here.
My hair is not going good.
Well, that's all right. Mine's just gray, About this accordion. Now, I already announced that I had lessons, but I never played as well as you played.
And
You
I
didn't have
remember
lessons.
you told me that
Yes. Now,
at Matt's Music Shop.
I didn't take lessons
Oh.
there. Unfortunately, I probably should have. Maybe I could have matched you then. But what do you know about the bellow shake?
I can shake them, but I can't break them.
Because I never mastered the bellow shake. And I always felt that was lacking. So I'm probably gonna be hitting you up for some kind of a lesson before too long.
And I remember you were saying that at Matt's Music Shop ceremony, because I got a good memory. And
Yeah, I see that.
I can't read music, so I can't give lessons. But if you want me to shake those bells for you, I will shake them for you.
All right, that's all I needed to know.
It's easy. It's simple and easy.
All right.
It just close the bellows. Close the bellows that holds the wind when you play. So you keep the bellows closed. I'll give you a clue. Give those bellows like almost closed, but then you just shake your left with the button box on the left for the
Okay.
bass and shake. All you gotta do is shake.
And shake.
Well, let's have a
All right.
bellow off between the two. of you.
And then we'll have competition next, maybe over at Connect
And
Fest.
I'll look forward to hearing you at the Dinka State ceremony.
Yes,
That's always fun.
we will be there.
You played last year, right?
Where?
At the Dinga State.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I'm trying to get work well, not work. Well, I do things on my own with things, but I want to maybe take the day. I usually take a day off, rest for Dingus Day, trying to polish my accordion. Getting ready for Dingus Day at the Dempowski Hall. This will be my second year with I called Kathy Carr that owns Matt's Music Shop on Oliver Street in North Tonawanda, Kathy and Friends. So that's like my title name. I don't think she knew, but I gave her a new band title, Kathy and Friends. And then, yes, I will be there.
All
It
right.
starts at 4:00
Okay.
and ends whenever.
All right. Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome, Mr. Mayor Pampas. Arthur Pampas.
Yes.
City Attorney Luke Brown, any closing comments?
I don't.
No?
Yes,
I'm sorry, what's that?
I just said congrats again.
Oh, Luke Brown, thank you.
And
Thank you all. I appreciate it. Very honored.
City Clerk Treasurer Matt Parrish, any closing comments, sir?
Just congratulations, Mark, and Alex, great job on Saturday running the Easter egg hunt. It was a good time. A lot of eggs, a lot of kids. But nice job, Alex.
And lastly, I just wanted to say, Mark, to me, I think this is a role now that it's not just today that it'll end, you get your proclamation, and I think it's a continuing scenario where you're out in our community, you're kind of promoting our community. I think it's a title that you can keep going on with and doing the goodwill that you do. Examples I would have to say would be, you attend social functions, we might have you go there and promote, NT. I could see, Bob or any one of us inviting you, the mayor, to certain events. I think that's important as the ambassador. So I wanted to let you know that I see this as a evolving situation where you may be called upon to, spread your goodwill and promote the city. Yes. Yes, you in the class there in the back.
Do I get a pager or something?
A pager. We'll have Art play it.
24/7 on top.
We'll have Art pull out his bellows and we'll call it for you. With that, I have nothing more. Everyone who's here, thank you for attending, thank you for sharing, in Mark's, day here today. And, with that, I'd like to make a motion to, close the meeting.
I'll make the motion that we adjourn.
And do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting is closed.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Yeah, happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Mark will be sending autographs.
How you doing?
Do you need their own insurance? So I'll be.
Hey, Alex, did they find out what your name?
It's just about.
No.
Well, because they did them too well.
Yeah, so I'm paying it.
So they didn't
Some of
find
them
1 and
too.
3. Biggest
What's the
one.
big one?
Martha went back there later that day to find and they found it. So we're actually hiding them at 2 different playgrounds tonight. And we're gonna post tomorrow. We're not gonna tell what playground. You know, find out something and come home. This is only on the Happy Easter. Happy Easter. So I had to make sure I'm gonna take a day off.
Yeah, right?
One day?
One whole day. Well, I guess I do. Some people need to know that. Yeah. Some people need to know that. Nobody's
You guys
gonna.
are ready.
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
You want some? No, there's a bunch. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sure that.
I basically took our team. I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, it's like.
Right?
So this is.
Bad house?
I was basically, when I got it, so that's
All right, let me talk to her and see about
That's fine.
That's the way we grow up. Read about it. I want others to know about it. And I guess they just had an event.
You must have, you probably just used it to say.
It's taken off. That's a good thing. People need to learn that.
At least you want to pay his double. He's trying to sneak it by you.
I know, he said, when did he spend this time?